The movement of the iris without changing the direction of the eye is called the eyedarting. Alternatively, eyedarting is also one of the most effective ways of keeping a character alive when the character is basically doing nothing. Welcome to TECMK, and in today's chapter we'll be covering the eyedart. This is the model which we are going to use, and since we will be dealing only with the eye controllers, that is this one, so it is better that we hide the other controllers which are not needed. So this is for both the eyes, and these are for the individual eyes. Even these two are not needed. Now, since this is the iris, so we have to create an imaginary boundary along this, so it is always better that we take some reference that would be easier for us. Create polygon torus. First of all, we will try to match it exactly so that we know what is the size of the eye and what is the extent in which the spacing can happen. So, if this is the size of the iris, then we will just scale it up a little bit, and this is the imaginary boundary within which the iris will be moving. Anything which goes out of this boundary will result in a change in the eye direction. So whatever happens, it should stay within this periphery. Let's key it in frame number 1, go to frame number 2, just move it a little bit, then maybe in frame number 10 to frame number 11. It's a very random movement, and there is no particular spacing or there's no particular rule as to which can be followed in case of this eyedarting. 24 to 25, move it a little bit, and for our convenience let's extend it till 50 frames, and again there will be a rapid movement here, and then again it goes somewhere, and make it here. Let's extend it to 100 frames. So you see how random these movements are, and there's actually no rule as to in how many frames it will move or something like that. And what we can do is, just for the convenience, from 52 to 53, let us go back to the first position, 52 to 53. So you see that frame number 1 and frame number 53 are identical, and hence we can say that there's some sort of cycle. Pre-infinity, cycle with offset. Curves, post-infinity, cycle with offset. So there is a continuous movement which is in a cycle. I mean, you can try it in your own way and check. So you see here, though the eye is constantly looking at the camera and the eye direction is not changing at all, but there is a movement in the eye. Maybe the movement has been way too much, so you feel that if the movement is a bit more, then you always have the scope of going back to the graph editor and increase or reduce it from there. I'll space it out. This definitely looks better. Now for the fine tuning, as we know that these eyes look so bigger, what we would do is check out this part, take it down a little bit, remove this boundary, the guideline, and then if you want, you can take up this lower eyelid a little bit here, and this looks much likely than a normal human being. So you see guys, you have to be really very careful while you are animating the eyedart, because a little bit of more animation on the eyedart, a little bit of more spacing might actually result in a change in the eye direction. But hope you have understood what exactly eyedarting is, and see you sometime later with some more interesting chapters. So for the time being, goodbye from TECMK.